Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today is going to be a very special video because I'm finally going to be doing my Ember in the Ashes review. I read this a little while ago, now I finished it a little while ago, and I have yet to film my review because there's been a lot going on. So, today I am going to do my review of this book. And I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler free as I can. But, oh my gosh, if you haven't read this by now, go read it before you watch this. Just go read it. It's so good. It's incredible. I cried many times while reading this. It's so good. It's so emotional, and it's so, like, the plot is so dark. It's, like, so much darker than I expected it to be, but, oh my goodness, is it worth a read. So, without any further rambling, we're going to get into the review. Now the first thing that I want to talk about is the plot. The plot, before I went into this, I knew because I've seen some videos of people talking about this book. I watched Clockwork Reader, like, gush about how much she loves this book, which is why I picked it up in the first place. Because most of the time her suggestions I end up loving. So I picked it up because I'm like, there's no way it can be bad. I didn't realize it was going to make me cry as much as it did. I should have expected that going into it, but I just didn't. I did not expect it to be as emotional and as raw and, like, it's fine. I just didn't expect it. So I want to say, if you haven't read this book already and you decide to pick it up, be warned that it will make you cry. It will make you cry. It might even make you sob. I've never read a book quite like this before. Now it is, I don't know if you consider this fantasy. I think you would, but it's not like fantasy in the way that, like, you're expecting. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but it is so heart-wrenching and beautiful and sad and depressing sometimes. But I don't know, there's just something about this book that if you haven't read it, you really need to go read it. Just be warned ahead of time that it can be really sad. And it will make you cry. And it will break your heart, and you'll fall in love with Elias and Elia, like I did. I love them. There's just something about that connection that is so, I don't know, just special, I guess. There's a connection with them that I can't explain. It's just so good. And I know everyone talks about Helene and how much they either love Helene or you hate Helene. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't love her, but I don't hate her. Because I feel like even though she does things that I don't agree with and that I would never do, and she takes sides of people that I would never take the side of, just me, I know why she does what she does to a point. I understand a little bit of why she makes the choices that she makes, but that doesn't make them the right choices. But they're the choices that she feels are best. And I don't know, I can respect that, but at the same time, if you're hurting the people that you love by making the decision, it's not the best decision to make. But, you know, I see it from both sides. I definitely don't love her character. I think her character is very selfish sometimes, very flawed, very, how do I even explain it? She's very, I think selfish is really the best word. But it's also because she was brought up a certain way, and I don't know. I feel like it's hard to explain. She grew up a certain way, so she believes the way that she grew up because that's all she's known. But when she sees kind of how that's treated people, she still doesn't really change as quickly. But it's also, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You'd have to read it to know what I'm really talking about. But it's it's written very, very well. That's what I can say. It's written very well. Sapa Tahir is incredible. I don't know how she did it or what magic she put in this story, but it is so good, and it's so sad, and it's so, oh, it's everything. I loved it, and I'm right in the middle of, where is it? Where's my copy? I'm right in the almost halfway point of Torch Against the Night right now, and it's just as heartbreaking. I knew to expect it, so it's fine. I'm crying, but it's fine. Oh, they're just so good. They're such good books, and I do have Air, which is this, what do you call it? Not spin-off, but like the series following. And I'm excited to read it. I haven't read it yet because I'm trying to read the first 4 books first, and then I'll get into Air, but I'm very excited to read it. I have heard nothing but good things about all of her books, so I'm here for it. I'm here to cry. Yeah, she's just an incredible author, and I don't know how she does it, but I love it so much. And the, like, growth that you see with Elia and Elias overall has, like, quite the growth in the first book. Like, it's crazy. But, I mean, without spoiling anything, he's against what his beliefs growing up have been. He's against all that, which is great. But, I don't know. Somehow I just feel like he grows so much more, like, even more so when he meets Aya, and it's just, I don't know, it's powerful. It's a powerful story, and I just think everybody should read it, but it might not be for everybody, because it is very intense sometimes, and it can be very hard to read at points, because they don't shy away from, like, the graphics of what happens to kids if they don't, like, obey the laws of what they're growing up in. They don't shy away from, details of what they do. And yeah, it's a lot. It can be a lot. So that's a fair warning. But yeah, I would say if you haven't read it yet, you absolutely should. I think everybody should read it. Because it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's an important story to be told, for sure. So, I really love it. And I don't want to keep rambling, but I love the book. So I obviously give it 5 stars. If you want to check out my Goodreads, I have it linked down below. In case you want to see what else I'm reading and what I'm reading next. And yeah, that's it for this vlog. I loved the book. I loved it so much. I'm very excited to keep reading and seeing where the story goes. And I'll report back when I'm finished with Torch Against the Night. It's very good. It's very, very good. So, yeah. That's where I will stop because I don't want to ramble. But, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one.